Cuban government announcing it is open to talks with the U.S. about the future of that island nation as the UN warns of a possible humanitarian collapse there. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister, you're a reporter live from Versailles in Little Havana. Of course, that's where a lot of Cuban Americans hang out. Anna, what are they saying about all this talk about the U.S. talking to Cuba?
Jim, the people that I spoke with giving mixed reactions off camera, but as you mentioned, Cuba's leader says that he is willing and open to talking to President Trump about the future of the nation. This as the U.S. threatens to impose tariffs on any country that supplies Cuba with oil. With fuel dwindling in Cuba, the United Nations says the country is facing a potential humanitarian collapse. And today, Cuban leader Miguel Diaz-Canel says he's ready to speak with President Trump. Cuba is willing to engage in dialogue with the United States on any topic, but without pressure or preconditions and always respecting Cuba's sovereignty and independence. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt was asked about the Cuban leader's remarks.
The fact that the Cuban government is on its last leg and its country is about to collapse, they should be wise in their statements directed towards the President of the United States. But as I just reiterated, the President is always willing to engage in diplomacy, and I believe that's something that is taking place, in fact, with the Cuban government.
This comes after the Trump administration threatened to impose additional tariffs on any country that supplies oil to Cuba. President Trump addressing the crisis there earlier this week.
It's a failed nation now, and they're not getting any money from Venezuela.
Today, Congressman Carlos Jimenez urging airline CEOs to end flights to Cuba. We spoke to Dr. Orlando Gutierrez Boronat with the Assembly of the Cuban Resistance.
The oil embargo placed on the U.S. on the Castro regime is the only way to force that regime to restore rights and freedoms to the Cuban people and to cease repression.
While Dr. Gutierrez Boronat says a conversation between the two nations may not immediately lead to change in Cuba, he believes a breakthrough is coming.
I think what can work is using international pressure, using economic pressure, using support for the Cuban people, to try and drive a wedge between factions within that regime to bring about real change. And I think it's the closest we've ever been.
Meanwhile, in Cuba, there are reports of ongoing power outages, especially on the eastern part of the island, plunging many areas into darkness. But for now, reporting live from Little Havana, Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.
Certainly, we'll be watching to see where this story goes. Anna, thank you very much.